Welcome to another episode of Sync and Desist.
Welcome.
We're back for, I don't remember which episode this is.
The moment I said welcome, my stomach was just growling. So I gotta get in the habit of like eating beforehand.
Yeah, I haven't had anything to eat today.
Nothing?
Nope. It is 2:10.
I'm not a breakfast fan. I've never really been like big on. I like eating breakfast for dinner, but I don't really like breakfast.
I like having lasagna for breakfast and eggs for dinner.
My girlfriend's mom, she likes to eat beans and rice in the morning. Like that's like the first meal. So
does she happen to be Mexican?
She's from Hawaii, so I don't know.
So no, Brad. Just say no. The answer is no.
I was going somewhere with that.
I mean, all brown brown's brown. No,
I know in Latin descent countries, it is popular to have beans and rice at any point of the day, different variations of beans and rice, and like Dominican or Colombian, it's just a common dish. But I think in her case, it's just she loves that dish so much, and I'm with you on that. I could eat beans and rice every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So when you have homemade tacos, And you have soft shell tacos.
Soft shell all day, by the way.
No, I mean hard shell. Do you make your hard shell tacos, or do you buy them already made?
I buy them already made.
Yeah, that's the line is here. We're on different sides of it.
Oh, you know how to like make it? Well, I mean,
yeah.
It seems fairly easy to do that.
Yeah, we make our hard shell tacos, and we warm up our soft shell tacos, not in the microwave, around these parts.
Yes. So that's authentic right there.
Yes, sir.
You lucky bastard. Being
you Mexican bastard.
No, I'm serious, but like seasonings, like I think my family's gotten a little bit better about it over the years, but just growing up,
after you've harassed them,
I'd be like, it ain't spicy
seasoning
enough.
We use seasoning.
They'd be like, I do. I put a little bit of salt and pepper. No. I've always been one I put hot sauce in it or something, something that has a lot of some type of kick, or some it can be savory too, not just spicy. So I have a very broad flavor palette. So
I have been using, because I've never been like if I go to the drive-thru and they're like, "Do you want sauce with that?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And because I just never doctor up anything that I buy already made, like fast food or whatever. I'm like, I'll take it as is. But I've been on the hot sauce and sriracha train lately. Yeah. My brother was like, I don't think I've ever seen you use that.
Yeah, sriracha, since it's
spicy hot sauce. I mean ketchup.
I was gonna say there's a sweetness to it. Because there are some sauces that are like straight heat. It's like white noise heat, there ain't a lot to it other than it's just hot. But sriracha's one of those that's got that sweet in there too. So
yeah. How long do you think you could make it in? How far do you think you can make it into hot ones?
Oh, a friend of mine was talking about that actually. Shouts to her podcast, by the way. And I'm sorry, I forgot the name of your podcast. I think it's podcast 27.
I know there are numbers in it.
And she was talking about doing this, hot ones, basically doing a podcast version of that. That would be amazing, by the way. Maybe that's something I can do. How far would I make it in hot ones? I would make it pretty far. Because this is coming from the guy that goes on hot sauce hunts. Like if I'm going out of town, I'm going to some other state.
Some people go thrifting. Brad goes on hot sauce hunts.
You got it.
Might be the name of this episode.
Yeah.
Hot sauce hunts.
Yes. No, like when I was in New York, I tried. It was actually in Hell's Kitchen. Ironically,
this trip to New York is like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
How many? You were there for like a few days.
I've been there a total of like 4 or 5 times, something like that.
Like the one time you have like infinite stories around this one.
No. I wasn't able to fit all of that into one trip.
Saw Jake Gyllenhaal. We were on a hot sauce hunt. Stepped on this big ass Lego.
I saw Emmy Rossum. That was cool too. No, but and like New York is just one of those places where it's like even if you see celebrity, you have your moment of like, oh my God, it's that person. But the rule is keep walking. You don't really like try to stop them or anything like that. They got paparazzi, I'm sure, always trying to fuck with them. So I'm not going to be that person, but yeah, no, hot sauce, like there's a specific place that had like all these different levels and different like types of heat, sweet and hot, but like that, like triple X, whatever. Like they give
Were
you like
you in Hell's Kitchen or the red light district?
It was the fact that it was in Hell's Kitchen though is very, very poetic. Yeah, this sauce was hot. It takes a lot for me. I think I've probably burned my taste buds off or like almost given myself stomach ulcers, but yeah, I could get pretty far into that. So, but that's interesting that you've actually gotten into like the whole hot sauce deal though. Cause yeah, I've never seen you like, you say doctor up like your food. Like anytime that we've like gotten food together or something, you pretty much just eat it as it is. So, yeah, but
yeah, I guess I've been on the hot sauce hunt.
Yeah, I definitely need to make the trip back up to New York because those trips are gifts that keep on giving for sure. I could go on and on about everything that happened there, although there's still a lot that I haven't done. And I've also, a few weeks ago you were in Arizona. Never been, and I've never been further west than Mississippi.
In Cobb County.
Mississippi, bro.
Have you ever heard of Hot Pepper Gaming?
Mm-mm.
It was
What's
like
that?
they would have like different personalities like within the like media and like game, like that whole like community. And they would, I wish it was still around, but they would, you would eat a hot pepper, like the hottest, and they put like the hottest hot sauce on it too. And like, you can't drink milk, but they have milk, but it's like, I think like you'd get disqualified if you drank the milk. Like that's like you just giving up. But like they have to review a game while like they're going through the hottest experience of their life.
That's
Yeah.
Those you just reminded me of like a lot of those Japanese game shows. Some of the most insane and hilarious and entertaining things that I've ever seen have been always Asian-based game shows. Some of them are like pornographic.
There's one wild one. I remember seeing like a while back, and it was like, I don't know if I can really even explain this on this podcast, but it is pretty wild. Let's just say it was a milking game, but the cows were human.
Okay, that's an interesting way to put it.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
No, not at all. Explain it to me. No, but that's wow. Okay. But yeah, there's just crazy stuff in there. I think I'm pretty sure it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know that the game, the hole in the wall game, where it's like the wall that come in for you, right? And then there's like the cutouts. And you gotta like fit through that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that was also an Asian based game that came over to America. A lot of those like kind of like Wipeout, sort of like jungle gym style, like got to get to the end, sort of stuff. Like a lot of those ideas were taken from.
Or like it's fucked. Like I've always wanted to I was like, man, because I love Wipeout. Well, watch, I'm like, man, I kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
And then like Andy Signor, he was on Wipeout, and he was like,
really,
dang, like he was you remember like the promo, like the graphic or whatever, it'd be like Wipeout, and it's like this big dude bouncing off of it, off of the logo Wipeout, and he fell off.
Yes,
like that was Andy Signor.
That's crazy.
But he said like it was like the worst experience, and like they gave them like $25 to be on Wipeout, and like 2 people have died from being on Wipeout.
$25.
Yeah, he said it was like something super cheap, like, but he said it's not like them just going through the obstacle. It's like if you fall off, they want you to keep going, so you got to swim all the way around. You just lost all the air in your body, then you got to go all the way around, do it all over again, so they can get the shot of like you just still going forward and like all of that. So it's like orchestrated basically,
right?
So it's not what you see. It's like they're like torturing these people basically.
Yeah,
they don't, and they're like dicks too. Like they're like not even like, okay, are you okay? It's like, go do it again.
Yeah.
It's like. So like that was kind of like my find out Santa Claus isn't real. It's like Wipeout's fucked up.
Yeah.
The
first time getting the wind knocked out of you, like as a kid, scariest moment of your life right there. I thought I was gonna die. You can't gasp for air. Like it's just oof.
Yeah,
I can feel it right now.
Like so,
the worst.
It may have been the 5th grade, but like I probably not even the 5th grade, like in middle school though. But like I was a kid that always had like didn't believe in a locker, had every single book in my book bag.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I had
I had back problems at a very early age. But like our bus stop in our apartment complex was at the playground.
Yeah.
So like we're waiting on the bus driver to come. So like we're like just like some kids are like swinging, just waiting, or like just chilling by the swing set or whatever. And like it's wooden.
This is coming. I already know. Yeah.
Like it's wooden. Like the top of it, it's not like a pole. It's just a wooden and it's flat. So like I would climb. I was like the idiot that would climb on top of everything. And so like I went around, climbed up on top, and it's attached to like the jungle gym or whatever. And then like I climb up on top of it, and I can see the bus driver is coming. I can see the headlights coming, and like I used to just jump up there and then jump off.
Yeah,
I climbed up there, and then I see like oh shit, the bus driver's coming. So I jumped off with my book bag on. So like I hit the ground on my feet, but the weight of my book bag. Even my dad
really
was like,
are Spider-Man,
this shit
bro.
is heavy. Even my dad was like, this is heavy. You need to start using your locker. Like I jumped, I landed on the ground, and the weight of the backpack lifted me, and it flipped me onto my stomach. And I lost all air. And then I was like, get up and like try to catch my breath, but also make the bus. And then some kid's like, I saw you. I'm like, I can't breathe.
It's the worst. But you really are Spider-Man. You got that Miles Morales like vibe going on there.
I was a daredevil for real.
Yeah.
I like just like jump off of anything when I was a kid.
Yes.
I was weird trying to impress girls. Nah.
Nah.
But
But
like, nah, we not doing
I was gonna say we ain't doing that anymore though. We ain't trying to impress nobody. No, like obviously, like I feel like I stopped caring what people like just recently. Like I really stopped caring what people think about me. It's like I don't know. I talk about it all the time. You know, like getting to that point, like trying to like not. You know, I mean, really, you shouldn't be like fucking with people that put expectations or like that can be a relationship killer. You know, um, like desiring the best for somebody, I think is healthy, but like expectations, like it's nah, get that that's toxic. You know, but um, like I don't know. I'm like definitely to a point now where I'm just like I just don't. I'm not even like worried about what other people are thinking. Like I said this to you earlier, like, you know, beelining it. Like, I feel like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm beelining like to my goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I ain't, you know, if you're coming with me, that's cool. But like, I'm not letting anybody lead the way either. It's just like, I am who I am. Like I think the way I think, and you probably noticed it too. Cause like when we have our discussions, even off mic, you know, it's like, I let some things fly. Some things I gotta eat my words at, you know, I'm just like venting but like I don't know, I'm much happier that I'm not like doing that as much as I used to. Cause like growing up I wanted to fit in somewhere. But even then, like I didn't have like a specific like clique of people. Like I had like I had nerd friends and like I had some like jock friends too. It's like the outliers of those groups, you know, would come over to like my end of the hallway or something sometimes and be like, yo, Brad, what's up? You know? But like I didn't really like rock with any specific group, you know. So I was like being popular wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, but I wanted some type of like notoriety and appreciation. Because like I felt like I couldn't validate myself, or I didn't even know what self validation was, I guess, back then, too. It's like it only came from other people, like how I perceived them to see me as successful was the only gauge for success that I had, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, like kind of like just being like an outcast, or like just keeping to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That does like draw like attention. Somehow it always draws attention. Like I've always been like the lone wolf, and like I've always like kept to myself and been an outcast. But
it's the
like
quiet ones you gotta watch out for, right? We heard that our whole lives.
Yeah. But like yeah. But yeah, I was popular. Like I always kept myself, but I was popular in high school. Somehow, like especially like the 11th grade.
Yeah.
And like the 12th grade, but like definitely the 11th, I was like hella to myself.
Yeah.
But I was popular as hell. I was one of the most popular kids in school.
Yeah.
And like and like it's kind of like one of those things like with fame. Like I don't want to necessarily be famous. I just want to do what I'm trying to set out to do. You know, I'm just trying to accomplish my goals.
Right.
And sometimes accomplishing those goals comes with notoriety, and it comes with popularity, and like, you know, so it's like one of those things like you gotta know you.
Oh yeah.
To navigate that thing and handle that thing, because I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be famous, but I know what I want to do,
right?
And I know what I have to do to get there, because like I'm never gonna be like, there is a way of like being like in like the party crowd, and like especially like in Hollywood, like everyone has a story. Like I went to this party like with some other actor friends,
right?
And like then I met my manager, and now I'm an Academy Award winner, you know. But it's like, so like there is that, but like it's the mentality of like just being in like a party scene. Like, I've never been like a party goer. I've never gone out or anything. Like that's just not me. So like I've always been someone that's just focused on like even in school. Like I was just focused. I didn't even go to prom. It's like the next day after prom was like the SATs, and I was like, I gotta study to go to take the SATs. And then like I didn't even go to that. I took the SATs like twice. But like that particular time, after prom, our cat Boosie, we had to put him down. So I was like, I'm like, fuck the SATs. I got like this is my last chance to like, say goodbye to him. And he was a trooper.
Right.
Boosie was a trooper. Like he was strong. Like, he went through a lot there and then, but like he was strong. But like I've just always been focused. It's like now I'm not gonna like go to the game. I gotta like focus on this. Like I've literally like not gone to the game with friends so I could like go out and shoot, like to go film something. Yeah. So you just have to like you have to know who you are, and you have to know there's certain things you're not gonna be able to do because because you have to get to that point, right, where you're trying to go.
That's kind of where that's exactly where I'm at actually. It's crazy because like you and I had this gig last weekend, and it was one of the most fun things ever. We got to work with all our boys, our dudes, everybody being creative, right? And it was cool because like we got asked to do this gig like last minute, kind of, like the night before.
Literally, after we finished recording last week's episode of this podcast.
Yeah, right.
It was like, yeah.
And I was like,
"You free tomorrow?"
Yeah, I was like, "Shit, let me check." I think so. And yeah, I like over the course of like that night, well, after the gig, so the night after the gig and then onward up until like Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever it was, like I was like working on all those photos and the like videos and stuff, and just like I feel like I'm in my element right now. So
yeah, speaking of video, if you're watching the video and it's getting darker, it's because the storm's coming.
It's been
and we got one like so. If it's a repeat of last week,
it's just been storming like constantly throughout the last few weeks.
Even at the shoot, it started storming like when we were wrapping up. But like one thing, like it's one of those things like you thrive off of seeing your partners, like your colleagues or your friends or whatever, thrive. Because like that Saturday, I knocked out all of those photos. But I'm like, I don't just want to send the photos, I want to send the video too. So like Tuesday came around, because Sunday, Monday, I have like what I have to do. Like, but like with another gig. But it's like that Monday came around. I mean Tuesday came around. Like you must have sent it at like 3 a.m. Like because I woke up at 7. It said 4 hours ago.
I was
Brad sent a message.
I couldn't stop like looking at it and like critiquing it, and I was like I edited a few things, and then I was like, I'm just gonna send this over right now. I even it was 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then so I saw that. I woke up to that, and I'm like, all right, I gotta knock out this video real quick. I gotta send it off to him because the album comes out on Friday. It's out. Check out Dim's album on all platforms.
Yep. It's one of my favorite records. Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because like we know them or anything like that. Like it's actually one of my favorite records.
It's a masterpiece. Like we've had the privilege of hearing it long before it came out. And like, it's one of those ones you keep going back to, much like the Bohem album. But so like I knocked out my video, and then it's like, because I saw because you sent all of the stuff that you did to me, and I'm like, yo, Brad done pulled it out the bag. Like, yeah, because like even though it's photos, and like one of those things, like I think we've talked about before, is like we'll be doing a shoot together, and then you'll be like I'll take all my pictures, and then you'll get around to doing your pictures of me, and it's like we'll finish, and then you'll be like, I think we got some gold in there. Like I hope we got some gold. I'm like, no, man, be more confident. You've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
Like you've been doing this for a long time. Then Saturday, we were there together, but like we were separate because like we were like everyone, we were all there like hanging out and like working, but like you were in your own zone, I was in my own zone, and like there was like overlap and all, but like we were like just in our own zone. Like you may have asked me like one question, and I was like, because like your pictures were in the beginning were coming out blurry, and then I was like, I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, why is this shit blurry? And then like, oh, your shutter's hella low, and then I was like, damn, it's your lens. Like I have to go up on the shutter, but it's your lens. And then that was the only thing. And then after that, I was like, everyone's like, where's Brett? I'm like, I just saw him. Like, where is he? And then you come around the corner with your camera getting a shot. I'm like, Brad is in his zone right now. and then you were switching between camera and phone.
Yeah.
It was like,
a lot of that stuff was a combination of the phone, and it just depended on what I like better, on the quality of it, I guess.
But it's like you were in your zone, and then I see the pictures, and I'm like, this is hell yeah. Because I'm like, my boy is like, everyone's just leveling up, like just all across the board. Everyone's just leveling up, you know. So I saw your work, and I'm like,
I'm gonna have to up this down too.
Because I already did all the photos, and then I'm like, my boy did a video too. I'm like,
then you went harder. That reel was hard for no reason. No, it did not have to be that hard, but you did it for us.
And then I told you like the whole time, like I'm doing 2 reels, one for them, one for me, and then like the other, like on Thursday, I was like, I gotta knock out my reel because the album comes out tomorrow, and I want to like put out my photo reel for, to go along with the release of their album, that's finally coming out. And then I'm just sitting there like just for hours, just like going through all the footage. I'm like, I already did the best thing. The best possible outcome is what I put out.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and I know you saw it, and even Kato may have seen it. I know Phil saw it, but like, I just tweeted, don't force it, let it flow naturally. Because like that's what I was talking about. I was trying to force myself to do it again, catch the lightning in the bottle again. It's like, I already did it. The best possible outcome was people already seen it. Thousands of people have already seen it. It's just like, don't force it. Like, we already did it. So like, I don't really even know where I was going with that, but like, it's like, there's a lot within just that one shoot. It's like, one, to see another director, because we were just shooting behind the scenes, to see like another director, because I love just going on other people's sets, seeing how they operate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's like for us to be out there like creating like individually as Ghost Proof Photography and Rob Dixon individually, but like we're there together shooting the same thing. So we're going to get similar stuff, but we're going to get different things visions at the exact same time. It's 2 creatives, and it's like it's like the same thing. Like I was saying, like definitely like when we had Kevin on, and I was talking about how like I want to do a project where it's the same script and like 3 different directors, and you're going to get 3 different things. So it was like that as well. And as well, like, if y'all saw me flash, is because there was a lightning right outside that window, and there's the thunder, so the storm's pretty far. But I'm sure y'all can hear that thunder because in last week's episode I could hear the thunder editing it.
Yeah.
But even something behind the scenes we're working on, which is something very similar.
Yeah.
And that was like before that, like we were planning that before like we actually did this shoot. So like it was dope, like just to get out there and create like with your friends and like like we're all like working, but like it's like not just because like that we've already called bullshit on the you find what you love and you never work a day in your life. It's work.
It's absolutely work. Yeah.
But it's like,
but
we were all in our
thriving,
element,
bro.
and it was like just flowing, naturally. So like that was a dope experience.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so great. Like you said, I love that because it's like you could take 3 different directors and try to direct the same movie, and it's like point A to point B. It gets you there, but like to see the different visions is really cool.
Yeah.
But the same set, the same people. It was so dope because like I was trying to pay attention to you and Arnley from Sleepwalker as he's directing, and it's like I see 2 people directing and working in like a different like flow. Yeah, you're both working in a flow state, but like your own kind of unique flavor of that flow state. So I was watching both of y'all and I was learning from both of y'all. That's what was really cool about it. Yeah, just like y'all's workflow and everything. But like, I love it because it's like we're all like, there's no like competition or anything.
No ego.
No ego. Absolutely not. It was just like, we're all just getting content for everybody. This helps everybody out.
It was all love.
Yeah, it promotes everybody's work. That's why like right now I'm kind of on that mind track of like let's not be selfish with our art, like let's collab. That's what we're gonna be doing. Like you and one of our other photographer friends, like we're pretty soon be doing a project with both of y'all together. So it's like that'd be so sick to just have y'all do something together so that we have like triple the amount of content we would. And it helps everybody out. So
hell yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. Like it was dope because like that was the first time I've ever done like a Zoom call for a photo shoot. I was like, fucking professional.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, because all consultations or whatever you want to call it is just like correspondences are literally just. Yeah, so it's just like, just on our phones, like, yeah, so how does Saturday work? Saturday, that works. It's like, it's just all through text, and it's like, it was dope, like a change of pace, and it felt like we were going to a new chapter, almost like, it felt like a new era, kind of like, just lately it's felt like a new era, where, a new era and new chapter, like creativity, where it's like, it felt like there was like this crack, and like low-key season finale just happened same week. Even one that was the same day as Loki, because that was Wednesday, but it was like in Loki there was a cracking like in time.
Yes.
Where like
Literally.
it felt like that, like it felt like there was a crack, and like now it's like, because there was like a lot of the negative shit that we've like hinted towards like in this podcast and like alluded towards, and it's like we got rid of all of that, and now like there's this new era, there's like this new regime, like there's this new lineup. It's like day one of the NBA season, like there's this new lineup because there were over the break. There was a change in the lineup. Like so and so got traded, and like so and so is back as a free agent. And it's like now there's this new lineup. It's like this fresh air, and it's like we can all just come together as a community and contribute to one another, and like like feed each other and feed off of one another. And it's like it's like this. The community that we for years have been like trying to build up is like it's like clicked.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
we've been
it finally
talking
hit.
about this for the last couple of years or more, like hinting toward like desiring that kind of sense of network and community. You know, ever since we started this podcast, I'd say we've been off and on talking about that. You know,
like we started this podcast out of like a very negative situation.
We did,
and like this, like podcast has been therapeutic for like us, like growing through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
But
it's. I agree with you. It definitely seems like we're kind of like beyond that horizon now. It's like there's this new level, and that's kind of where that whole like the collaboration ideas and stuff that I'm talking about with you, like that we're coming to. It's like I don't want to keep doing necessarily the same thing that we've been doing over and over again, but with our style, with everybody's style that we've developed over time, well, let's take that and let's see what else we can do with that. So it's kind of it's expanding the tools, you know. It's like we've been using this hammer and saw for a while, but like let's build something, take it over here and build something a little different, you know. So because we've been building, I guess that's the best way I can put it. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at, and let everybody kind of sharpen each other too, and like keep growing because there's always room for growth. So
yeah, it's like crazy to see like the growth. Like even like just looking at your pictures, I'm like, damn, because like there's one picture in there like I almost got goosebumps when I was looking through it because I like woke up at 7 a.m. I was like in bed, like let me look at this Brad message. I'm like looking through it. I'm like, because you had like 18 pictures.
Yeah, it was only like 18. Like
okay,
a lot of the other ones I just wasn't satisfied with. 18 is what I focused on. And I just made sure I made that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the actual number of the photo in that gallery you sent me because it was a picture of Mulkey, of Matt, and it was him in front of the microphone with the light behind him at the second spot. It was the first one because you had two back to back. It's the first one. And when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit.
that one. Yeah, there's like that one, and then maybe like two others that are like my three favorites.
Yeah, and so I'm like, just to see like the growth, because like I've been going back looking at some of our old photos that like we've taken.
Yeah, it's been popping up in like Facebook memories too. Mm-hmm. Like I was looking this morning, and I was like, these are good, but I realized we're on another level now. It's like looking back is good, but like at the same time, I'm just wanting to push forward. I'm like look back, I'm like, I got it.
Yeah, and like knowing you're on a new level, another level is like nothing arrogant or cocky about it at all. It's like it's humbling to realize, oh, I'm somewhere else where I wasn't before, you know. And like a lot of people, like realizing that you're on another level is more humble than being like not even acknowledging it, you know, like because it's arrogant to not acknowledge the growth, you know.
Oh yeah,
because you've always thought you were that. Like so, arrogant people don't even think they've gotten better. They've just always assumed like I'm this,
right?
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like it's humbling to know that you're on another level, you know, like, because like everyone's stepped it up. Like even like a lot of like what Cato said about like the dim record is like, doesn't matter how old I am, like we finally did it, you know, like,
yeah,
you know.
And I've heard all his like working with those guys because like I realize like their singer, Matt, like, I mean, I've known him since like 2009 or something like that. And I've like seen almost all his bands through the years, like live, or been there and like supported. And this is the best project he's ever come out with. I told him that too. I said, like, I think this might be the best thing that you guys, like, looking back at all your history of like art, this might be the most special thing y'all have ever made.
Yeah.
Like, because Matt was on an old track that I recorded with him in like 2011, and even listening to that, I was like, you hear the elements of my style mixed with his style, but we're 10 years later, this we're on a different level now for sure. But got to start somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Think we did it.
We did the thing.
Yeah, not at all. Did not talk at all about what we were originally going to talk about.
And that's okay. It's all about flow.
Yeah. Let it flow naturally, man.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but Brad, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Brad Pallone. And you can find me on Twitter at Brad_Pallone. One of these days, I'm going to get that underscore out of there if the other account doesn't exist. You can also find Ghost Proof Photography and Ghost Proof Creative on all social media platforms at Ghost Proof Photography and Ghost Proof Creative. And you can find my music at Battle of Heart and Mind on all platforms, on all streaming platforms and purchasing platforms and social media as well. Rob?
Also, new single on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
One of the, like, I've probably said on the podcast before, but like this album is one of those albums, like, you'll never be able to figure out which one is your favorite. But like, this is like, and they're all standouts. Every single song is a standout, but like, this is a standout of the record for sure. But yeah. But you could. And one, I always put in the show notes where you can find us, where you can follow us. But I don't think nobody goes to the show notes. So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at RobertDXN. You can find This Is Nonsense every Thursday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. So please rate, review, subscribe, and share. That podcast is, want to get the listenership up, before I can start, expanding back into the video side of things. But yeah, thank you all for actually listening to the podcast.
Appreciate it.
Now that it is audio only. But yeah, you can find Sync And Desist on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as well at Sync And Desist, and TikTok at Sync And Desist. Gotta get some content for that. Forgot we had that.
I'll work on it.
And yeah, you can find Sync and Desist on wherever you listen to podcasts. So please rate, review, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you next week.
Later.